Good morning and welcome to my garden. It's April, it's autumn. There's a chill in the air this morning and everything's fresh and clean. We had 300 mils over 3 weeks and then we've had a week of dry. So everything is looking happy and revived and ready to grow. My East Wedge garden has a lot of healthy rosella plants in it and I'm picking a lot of the fruit and I've even made my first batch of jam. My first tomato bush for the season is starting to grow. It was a bit slow getting going, but now it's going and we've got our first flowers. Contour 1 on the east. This has become a perennial garden bed. All the plants in here are going to be staying in here for a long time. The change of season has seen my stone fruit losing their leaves. This nectarine has lost a lot of its leaves. It's still alive, it's still healthy. We've still got new growth appearing down on its lower stem. This apricot's still growing really well. The nectarine at the end here, it's looking a little bit sad. I don't know if that's just its leaves falling off for winter. It does have some new shoots down below, so there's still life in it. Basil, yacon, capsicums. I'm finally picking capsicums. This is wonderful. My capsicum plants seem to have quite the deficiency. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to look that up and see what I can do about it. Chilies, zinnias, such bright, happy colours. The chop and drop row is growing back, but it's slower now that the season has changed. My pumpkin vine has come back again with the new rain and it's sending out new flowers, and so I might get another batch of pumpkins off it. The asparagus is dying back over winter. I'll pull these dead branches off and add them to the mulch row. Strawberries are bearing fruit. That's exciting. The arrowroot is taller than me again. This stuff just keeps growing. In November, I cut it down to ankle height and it's taller than me again. So this was my pumpkin overflow row and the pumpkins have been here and taken up a lot of space and then died off. But in the meantime, this grass has got out of hand. It's now taller than knee height. I'm going to have to contain these pumpkin vines again and maybe pick the last of the pumpkins from the last batch. How are my grapevines going? If I can even find them in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, still looking happy. Some dead wood on it, but some live leaves. Where's the next one? Can't even find it. Okay, so I need to clean this up and find my grapevines and make sure they're getting some light. Yeah, this one on the end is still doing okay. So I wonder if the slowdown in their growth was a natural part of adjusting to being planted. I hope it was. And I hope the new season will show new growth and I'll finally have my grapevines. My Windbreak is growing really well. This would be easily 2.5, almost 3 meters tall now. I need to do some maintenance on it because some of the arrowroot's falling over. Come and see my hedgerow. Look at this. This mulberry's up to my eye height, beyond my eye height. That's exciting. And it looks like everything else is doing all right. This mulberry's fallen over. Oh look, it did for me what I should have done for it. So when a plant falls over, a lot of people tend to stake them, force them upright and stick a stake in it so it stands up straight. Well, I am more of the mind that you prune it off and let it shoot and grow properly. And that's what this mulberry has done all by itself. It's created a shoot down low. So I am going to prune that off where I should have done when I first saw the problem. Maybe leaving the leaves on for a bit longer was a good thing because it had a chance to have some energy from its solar panels while it was growing the new shoot. But that's exactly what it should have done, and I should have helped it with it. But now I will. I have some more feijoa citrus to plant. I don't have any more mulberry at this stage. And I don't have any more apples, so I'm going to have to start saving apple seeds again. One of the exciting things I've noticed is that the local wildlife is already appreciating this hedgerow. It may be small, but I'm already finding clusters of hair droppings beside the row. Clearly it's doing its job as a corridor for them to travel. The hares have not bothered my garden at all, so I'm not concerned about their presence. I'm thrilled to be giving them habitat. It looks like these trees are ready to be used for their purpose that they're kept for. Chop and drop. Give the mangoes some more mulch. This is such a lovely way to enter the garden. I really love my arbour. The 300 millimetres we received in the last month filled the pond again, and then it is drained out. While my ideal situation for a pond is to have it full all the time so I can enjoy it, I recognise that there are some frogs that only breed in ephemeral ponds, that is ponds that come and go. And it's saving water in the ground, which will then trickle down under the ground and water the various fruit trees that I have in this area. And that's valuable. So while I may not be getting the aesthetic enjoyment that I dream of, still puffing from that hill. While I may not be getting the aesthetic beauty that I dream of, it's doing a good thing for the earth. Contour one in the centre. I'm picking lemons from this central bush, and we've got some limes coming on that end. I planted some zucchini here ages ago and the seed did not sprout. Then all of a sudden, there it is. There's one here and there's one here. So that's lovely. Very excited to see that up. The shallots that I planted here have grown beautifully with the rain and the milder temperatures. And this is a new grub, new caterpillar. Haven't seen that one before. That can go to the chooks. Contour one on the north. Pigeon peas up above my height again. I want some more pigeon pea seeds, and this one's starting to flower. So I'm actually not going to prune this one down yet. I'm going to collect some seeds from this one. Besides, this bed's been cleaned up. I've got another one that needs to be cleaned up before I can go further on this. It's lovely to see the flowers in my chop and drop row. These have the benefit of attracting bees and all sorts of beneficial insects. The more flowers you have, the healthier the garden will be. These carrots, there must be something wrong with this soil. These carrots are growing, but they're flowering and they're not growing very big stems. That stem's not even as thick as my finger. So I don't know what's going on. This was virgin soil that was scraped from the shed site and I dumped it here. Maybe it just didn't have enough good stuff in it. Contour 2 on the north. My avocados are sprouting beautifully. It's really lovely to see the new growth. The chop and drop row is starting to fill out a little bit. Pigeon pea and arrowroot helps that because nothing else much is doing much. I've been planting potatoes along here. I've now planted up just under half the bed. I planted some Kipfler potatoes here the other day. And previously I've planted some Sebago. Some of the potatoes are up and growing. I planted them very deep, hoping to not have to build up soil around them. This was garlic that I planted here, and it looks like it didn't want to come up. There's a weed though. And these potatoes are up. Looks like this one rotted with all the rain we've had. My blueberries have got new flush of growth on them. Down there, particularly this one. Let's figure out which one this one is. Okay, that's Biloxi, that's Gulf Coast. This is Sunshine Blue. So, Sunshine Blue has a lovely new flush of growth on it. Contour 3 on the north. Yeah, this chop and drop crop needs to be chopped. And this is the space where I will be working next time I get around to spending a couple of days in the garden. I might have to take this tree down, chop it down to waist height so it can re-sprout in the new season. But over winter, it won't be creating shade that'll cause problems, not just for contour 3, but also here on contour 2. You can see it's clearly providing shade here, and that's not what the potatoes are going to want as they grow. For me, my chop and drop row is about creating mulch that I don't have to bring in. I don't have to go and visit someone else's farm and bring their problems to my property. I can just deal with my own problems. And that mulch should not inhibit the growth of the fruit trees. Yes, this is where I'm going to be pruning next for my chop and drop. The succulents I planted under it looking fantastic. I love succulents. And as some of the plants that are the most efficient at taking carbon out of the air and putting it into the soil, I figured that'd be a good thing to add to the garden. Again, the seedlings I tried to plant here have not thrived. They should be a lot bigger than that. Far bigger than that. And there's another one, but that's about all we've got. I should pick that last pomegranate. We had 7 pomegranate off that plant. Very exciting. My broad beans are up. I'm going to need to put a supporting trellis system around them pretty soon because they're going to start getting tall enough that they fall over, just like these. Passion fruit's starting to be long enough to tie around the tree, and it's got new shoots coming from lower. I harvested some sweet potatoes yesterday. This one has a purple skin and a white flesh. So we cooked them all by roasting, and this one was about medium moisture content inside. It wasn't very dry, but it wasn't lush and beautiful to eat. I didn't pick this end at all, so I will have some to pick in a couple of weeks when I need some more. I pruned the sweet potato from around the bed and put it on top. Sweet potatoes, if they are not pruned, will keep putting their energy into running new branches. But if you prune them, they put their energy into growing the tubers, which is the part we eat. So pruning off those runners helps to keep my garden tidy, but it also helps to direct the plant's growth. Now this sweet potato was a light coloured skin, almost a brownie tan coloured skin, but it was light. And this one, when it was roasted, had almost a creamy yellow flesh, and it was succulent. It was beautiful. It was the kind of thing I can see you making mash out of. This one actually we were being fast and weren't doing it properly. Instead of cutting off the runners like we did over there, this one we just threw them up on top. So I think I'm going to come back with my pruners and cut them off. This is a third type of sweet potato that we harvested. There are very few on this one. This one is a light coloured skin and a lighter colour flesh, and it's quite dry. So I'm of the opinion that this one would be great in a stew, where the juices in the stew would make it very moist and it would be very nice. I still haven't got around to moving that soil pile. That'll happen one day. But there's my garden. Wow, what a different view from last month. With this crotalaria growing up into the poinciana, it's really created a lot of shade. I'm going to have to deal with that because that's going to create problems for the rest of the garden. Thanks for coming for a walk around the garden with me. See you next month.